Hey guys, it's Max here. I'm the fast talking flipper. Angie is inside. She's my better half. It's about 9 o'clock, 9:30 at night, and I've got lights. You can see it is echoing like crazy in here, but I've got lights. We've got paint. We've got a lot of updates on this. We've got the electric working. All the outlets are working that we know of. We have electric run, the temporary electric. I'll show you everything that's going on here rather than looking at my ugly mug. But you can see the lights are up. The next step is to do trim. We've decided not to do flooring next. I do have the flooring over there, not cheap. We're gonna do the trim so that we can get done with the scaffold and get the scaffolding out of here so we don't have to roll it over the floor, because I did go with the cheapest flooring that I could do. Over here, we're gonna do a splash of color. This is gonna be where our workstation is. So we wanted to change it up rather than just the gray. Do a, you can see it, blue, green, and red theme, kind of Mario-esque. And we'll do that. Angie wants to try her hand at staining, so she's gonna stain these beams up here, and we'll see how that works for us. There's gonna be a loft on this side so that we can store what I think is going to be shipping supplies up there, but we'll have also a shipping station over here so that we can routinely do our shipping from. I did get a countertop yesterday off of Marketplace, and I think that will work out nicely. But this has been a little short of 2 weeks that we've been working on this project. I think 12 days total, and it wasn't 12 straight days, and it wasn't 12 full days. It was a few hours here, a few hours there. So we're about there. I think we've probably got another week and a half or so of work. So a total of what it's going to take about 3 weeks. And we'll constantly be changing things and, trying to do different things. I don't know how it's going to end up looking. We'll just put it that way. But yeah, I'm really proud of the fact that we did get the electrical working. It's not a perfect, you can see some of our cuts aren't perfect. Our outlines for our boxes aren't exactly perfect. Mess these ones up here, and you can see we cut a hole wrong there. It is what it is. I really don't care. It's good for us. It is as cheap as we could get it done. I'm not really paying for labor, so to speak. I'm just trying to get this done on the low and make it as efficient as possible so that we can have a good quality workspace to work out of. That being said, we've had all of our focus on this, and we haven't really been focusing on our eBay business. Haven't really listed much at all in the past, I'd say, 2 weeks. And our sales are suffering, I will say that. We're still doing volume. Okay, it's about a half of what we normally would do. I'm not complaining because we had a couple weeks of very large sales over the weekend, but we didn't do huge volume of stuff. But that's even fallen off for us now. And it's because we just haven't been keeping up on things. We stay on top of our shipping. We ship every day and we get it out the door, but our volume is down and our listings are down. We were at 830 listings and we're down to 730. So we haven't been replacing those listings with new listings. And eBay, they don't like that. So I get it. I understand why we are down. Once this is done in the next 2 weeks or so, we'll make a focus on getting back to it and really getting rid of our death pile. I want to have that death pile down to nothing before, yard sale season starts. I want to have it to where we're like, oh crap, we don't have anything new to list. Like we're sourcing more, we're looking for stuff to source. And that's not where we're at right now. We have plenty of death pile in there to go and sort. But, I do believe that it is a thing that if you don't list on eBay constantly, you will kind of fall by the wayside. But if you do list, you don't even need to do it every day. I don't believe that. I don't believe you have to do it every day. The more frequent you are with it, I think the better off you will be. Oh yeah, by the way, don't think I'm not putting lights in up there underneath the loft. Since we're gonna have a loft all up here, I need to put the lights in under the loft. So once the sheathing, those last couple of sheets over there, once they go up, then I'll be able to put in my loft, or put in my lights, I should say, to go underneath there. But for now, That's going to have to do. So I think that routinely, if you list a couple days a week and you post good stuff, it's got to be good stuff. I can't stress that enough. Posting stuff just for the sake of posting it, that doesn't mean anything, man. Make sure that the stuff sells. I looked at the other day, I saw a guy offering Bic. They were professional ink pens, and they looked like a good deal. They were $1 a 5-pack, and they were some kind of professional fine tip marker, and they were a multicolored pack. And I'm sure in the store that these things are probably 15 bucks. That's my guess. I didn't retail search them, but I looked them on eBay. One pack of them had sold for $12 shipped. They were probably going to be $4 or $5 to ship. So that wouldn't have been a bad buy if they sold routinely. I looked and saw how many were listed. 11 listed. 11 listed, one had sold. Not a good enough sell-through rate for me to go after them, even at $1. I'd have had to buy a ton. You know, I would have said, you know, I need 100 of them. If you got 100, that would have been about the only time I would have bought something like that, just to make it to where I could manipulate and control the market. And it looked like they were selling for like $11.99 shipped. Again, not a great buy, because that $11.99 shipped, you got to think I'm promoting things. So most likely I'm going to pay about 20%. So that's $2 off of that. With the dollar cost of goods, that's $3 off of that, down from $12. So now we're down to $9. My shipping, we'll call it $4. My shipping, that's $5. You got $5 left for profit. I got to pay 30% taxes on that. $3.50 in my pocket. Not a great deal. You know, that would be $35 on 100 items. It's not a great deal. It's not something that I really want to turn over. But that goes hand in hand with my selling model of high movers versus slow movers. And it is what it is. I don't know. I keep saying that it is what it is. I need to get away from it because it's annoying me. And I know if it's annoying me, it's probably annoying you. You're probably like, why do you keep saying that? Well, it's because I'm a moron. That's why. So, yeah, I've got my best Dave going today. I'm losing my mind. I see things and I'm like, what is that? So, you know, I passed on those, but you have to list things that people want. If you don't list things people want, just having, you know, 10,000 listings up doesn't necessarily mean you're going to sell a lot of stuff. It means you're going to sell more than most people, but doesn't mean you're going to have high volume. We had 830 listings, and I think we got up to about 750 sold. So we were approaching a 1-to-1 sell-through, which is great. That's a good number to be at. But, you know, I want to be somewhere in the 1,500 to 2,000 listings and being able to sell 15 to 20 items a day. That's kind of my goal, where I want to be at. And then I want to be able to sell a $40 item per average sale. $40 per average sale, 15 items a day. That's a $600 sale per day. $600 per day turns you about $250,000 a year, give or take. I don't know what the math is on that. In my head, it sounds about right. Not quite. I think you got to be about 660 probably is about 250,000 a year. And that would be pretty good. I'd be happy with that. I think most people would be happy with that. Remember, I do this part-time. I'm the part-time one. Angie is the more full-time one, and she's the one that, you know, puts a lot of effort into it behind the scenes. Even though I'm the one yapping my mouth, it's just because she doesn't like being on a camera. And I am a professional auctioneer. I sell things for other people. I own an auction company. That is what my full-time job is. I also teach automotive here locally, so that's another part-time gig that I do. And you know, those are my jobs. One day I might get out of those. I don't know. We'll see. But the reselling thing is fun, and I like teaching. I like informing other people of how this works. So I wanted to get out here, get you an update, because I am kind of proud that we got electric run. The outlets are working, the lights are working. Pretty sure the heater will work. I have not hooked it up. I ended up just driving down to the manufacturer and buying a new heater. Returned all the stuff to Home Depot and said, screw you, I don't want your crap, and went and got one myself. I still have to install it. It's going to go up here on this wall, and with that, you need to drill very large hole. You have to drill a 3.5-inch hole through the wall. So I've got my tools to do that, and I'll be doing that probably in the next day or two, maybe tomorrow, I don't know. It's been about 60 degrees outside, 50 to 60, so it's not cold, and we've been able to get a lot of stuff done. It's kind of rainy, and that kind of puts a damper on stuff. But tomorrow, like I said, we're going to do trim. Angie's going to do some staining and painting. Maybe we'll be able to get started on the floor. Flooring, that was the thing I wanted to talk about. We skimped on the flooring. There's two different styles of this click together flooring. There's laminate and there's vinyl. The vinyl is more heavy duty for more higher traffic areas. We probably should have went with vinyl, but it's way more expensive. This stuff was 99 cents a square foot. Each box was about 24 bucks. I needed 21 boxes. You calculate what your square footage is, 14 by 32, that's 448. Then you add 10%. 10% of 448 is 44.8. Added that on top, that puts you 500 square feet is what I said. So that's where I was aiming for. 21 boxes at 24 square feet a piece. Yeah. I think I got it right. Something like that. Should have enough to do what's in here, because you're gonna cut ends off the stuff. So there's square footage that you're just gonna throw away. You're not gonna use all of it. So that's why you look for the excess. I bought it for $1 a square foot. That's stupid cheap. So stupid cheap. And the reason it's stupid cheap is this is cheap product. You do get what you pay for with stuff. This is cheap product. It does not have a backer to it. Does not have an underlayment to it. And that's what that is. You can buy this extra. This stuff works out to 69 cents per square foot, which brings you up to $1.68 per square foot. Now you're starting to raise costs. The underlayment usually is used for sound and moisture, to keep a vapor barrier under your floor so that there's no transfer of moisture coming up from a basement or from a bathroom or anything like that into the floor, and it won't absorb it. Also used for sound, because this is a floating floor. It doesn't actually physically attach to the item that's below it, in this case, a subfloor. So since it's a floating floor, the sound that it makes when you walk on it and it floats and it hits, it's kind of annoying. So you put that underlayment under there to help with that sound. I don't care. I am in here. I am at work, and I'm trying to do this as cheap as possible. So I did get enough underlayment to do just over here and do under where we will be doing most of our work. But for the most part, I'm not caring about, underlayment underneath the shelves and that kind of stuff. I don't care. I'm not going to do it. So I did save a little bit there. Total, I spent a lot today. I spent $750. This, between the flooring and the underlayment, and then I had to buy 5 more gallons of paint. Ugh. It took 8 gallons of paint to paint just this. 8 gallons of paint, and the reason being is because it's going over this wood that just absorbs the paint. So that was a lot of money. At $30 a gallon, you can imagine. The 5-gallon bucket was $135. That was too much. I should have only bought 3 gallons, but whatever. I bought it. I think we're probably total into paint about $350 just to get this place painted. Maybe $400 with stain and everything and supplies and whatnot. I have to go through and add up the last couple of days and put those in my running tally and so on and so forth, so that I can get you a total at the end of everything, a recap. But it's been a fun project. It really has. Dennis Mr. Fix-It has enjoyed it. He's never really had to do a job quite of this scale from start to finish. We didn't run into an error. He did the wiring up in the ceiling, and he's not really fluent with wiring. I got my start in automotive. One of the very first jobs I ever had in automotive. I'm pointing to that switch there because that switch was where our problem lied. That switch is tied to, that outlet is tied to that switch there, and we turn it on and off. I decided to use outlets so that I can replace these lights because these are known to be somewhat problematic. But I got my start in automotive in car audio, and I spent several years either installing car audio or selling car audio or owning a car audio business before I joined the military. And so I have a background with wiring, and Dennis just wasn't really good with wiring. I explained to him and I showed him, and he picked up on it. But part of what wiring is when you have a few wires coming into a centralized point, you really need to label them, and he did not do that. And because of that, there was a crossed wire, and we couldn't figure out why this outlet would not work with the switch. It would not yield any output. However, the other outlet over there, where the other set of lights are, was working. And it was kind of strange. And it was because he was utilizing the switch leg incorrectly. And it took us a little while to figure that out, but nothing burnt down. You know, it was his first time trying to wire stuff up on his own, and he thought he had it, and he didn't. He missed the mark, but we got it fixed. And he learned, you know, hey, this is how you do things. You need to, and normally he's pretty good about that. When we were doing some stuff in the basement at the house here, he had marked stuff, and he had, you know, was really on top of it. But it is different. It is different than car audio wiring too. So you have to kind of understand the logic of it. But I could go on and on about different projects and whatnot, but I do a lot of stuff like that. So anyway, this is it. I've been rambling for a few minutes now. You tell me what you think. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Love to see you stick around. I know we've been getting more and more people that are viewing but not subscribing. We've got plenty of content that we're going to be making. I plan on this year being able to get out and about more and going to some of the different events and whatnot, meeting some of the other guys, and hopefully rubbing shoulders with some. I do plan on, you know, that kind of stuff. I do plan on shooting some video out and about, doing yard sales, doing finds, actually the picking side of stuff, not just the flipping side, but the picking side, because I do both of them. Plan on doing that as well. So subscribe, stick around, tell us what you like to see. Comment down below. I love talking to you guys. Had a few people that have commented, and you know, we have conversations back and forth. Had a few people look me up on Facebook and found me there and asked some stuff there. So feel free to reach out however you want. Remember, I am doing a giveaway. If you can get us to 100 subscribers, we will do a giveaway. I'll send out the gift card to whoever wins that. I can't remember if it was 50 or 100. I'll just say it's 100 because it's 100 subscribers. So I'll send you a $100 gift card, whoever wins that one. And once we hit 250, we'll do more. You know, I like to give stuff away. It's part of the fun. So yeah, remember to like, subscribe, share, do all that kind of stuff. Comment down below, bleep bloop, and we'll, you know, get some more updates going. Probably another few days. I'll have some updates for you and post those up. But until then, we will see you on the next one.